Slow, reflective music begins. There is a silence that lives only in the moments before dawn. It is a deep and ancient quiet, one that holds the memory of every sun that has ever risen. Here, at the foot of Phnom Kulin, the air itself feels heavy with this history, cool against the skin and tasting of damp earth, sweet blossoms, and cold stone. The mountain is a dark silhouette against a sky that is not yet blue, but a soft, deep indigo, waiting for its first touch of light. This is the time to walk, not with a purpose of conquest or of reaching a destination, but with the simple intention of listening. The world has not yet woken to its daily chorus of commerce and concerns. In this brief, sacred pause, the older voices can be heard. They whisper from the gnarled roots of the banyan trees and rise with the mist from the hidden streams. It is a call to remember that the land itself is a story, and to walk upon it is to read its oldest, most sacred chapters. The first step onto the path is a promise to pay attention. The path begins as a faint trail, a suggestion more than a command, winding into the deep green embrace of the jungle. With every step, the world of the village, of tidy rice paddies and predictable roads, falls away. Here the order is older and more complex. Light filters down through 100 layers of leaves, creating a moving mosaic on the forest floor. It is not sunlight as you know it in the open, but a diffused, sacred glow, as if passing through the stained glass ceiling of a cathedral built by nature itself. You begin to notice the stones. At first, they are just rocks, tumbled and mossy. But then, your eyes adjust. You see the unmistakable straight edge of a quarried block, the gentle curve of a fallen lintel, now serving as a bridge over a trickle of water. You are not the first to walk this way. You are treading a path worn smooth by the bare feet of monks, soldiers, and kings 1,000 years ago. The jungle has reclaimed so much, yet it cannot erase everything. The very ground beneath your feet is a library of the lost kingdom, deeper now and higher. The air thins, and the sounds change. The path dissolves into a series of steep, carved stairways, their surfaces softened by a velvet cushion of moss. And then, you see it, not all at once, but in pieces. A wall of sandstone so covered in carvings it seems to ripple. A serene, smiling face, a stone apsara whose dance has been frozen for a millennium. You push past a curtain of hanging vines and step into a clearing. Here is a city of ghosts, a temple complex swallowed by the forest. Towers, like stone lotuses, reach for the light, while colossal roots, thick as pythons, hold them in a powerful, patient embrace. This was a place of immense energy, of chanting and ceremony, the heart of an empire that saw itself as the center of the universe. Now its only inhabitants are the chattering monkeys in the canopy and the silent marching ants on the stone floors. The silence here is different. It is not empty. It is filled with the weight of all the prayers that were once uttered into these very stones. You climb to the highest point of the ruin, a wide terrace that offers a view out over the green canopy, a rolling, endless sea of life. The wind is stronger up here. It carries no whispers of the past, no echoes of the lost empire. It is the pure, clean voice of nature, a sound that is timeless and eternal. It speaks of the sun, of the rain, of the patient, relentless cycle of growth and decay. From this vantage point, the works of man, even those as mighty as this temple, seem so temporary. This great stone city was built to last for eternity, yet the jungle has consumed it. The tiny seeds that found purchase in the cracks of these walls have proven more powerful than the ambitions of the kings who built them. The true kingdom is not the one of stone, but the one of leaves and roots. It is a humbling realization. We are not masters of this world, merely visitors. Our stories are just one brief verse in an epic poem that the land has been writing long before we arrived, and will continue writing long after we are gone. The journey down begins as the sun begins its own descent. The light changes once more, losing its harsh midday intensity and softening into a warm, liquid gold. Every leaf, every trickle of water, every strand of a spider's web is suddenly edged in fire. Long, dramatic shadows stretch across the path, painting the forest in stark contrasts of light and darkness. The world seems to be holding its breath, savoring the final beautiful moments of the day. There is a sense of melancholy in this light, the gentle sadness of all beautiful things that must end. But there is also a profound sense of peace. You are carrying the mountain with you now, the weight of its silence, the texture of its stones, the memory of the view from its peak. These things have become part of you. The descent is not an end, but a transition. It is the gentle passage from the sacred world back into the world of men, a journey guided by the fading golden light of the afternoon. You step out of the tree line just as the last colors fade from the sky. The familiar smells of the village, wood smoke, cooking rice, the scent of night-blooming jasmine greet you like an old friend. The mountain is once again a dark, sleeping silhouette behind you. But it is different now. It is no longer just a feature on the landscape. It is a known place, a sacred space whose story is now intertwined with your own. You see the faces of the village elders, their skin creased like ancient maps, and you understand that the same resilience that lives in the banyan tree lives in them. You hear the laughter of children playing under a single lamppost, and you know their joy is the same joy that has echoed through this land for generations. The stones of the ancient temples and the roots of the ancient trees have an echo. It can be found here in the quiet dignity and the enduring spirit of the people who still call this timeless place home. The journey is over, but the listening has just begun.